To you, Brooke.
The cost of living crisis, or the cost of living with the Tory and Labor monopoly on government crisis. The cost of living crisis is something that a lot of people talk about, but they don't really always think about where it comes from. And so I want to back up a little bit and talk about the Bank of England. And the Bank of England right now, much like the bank in America called the Federal Reserve Bank, owns a lot of English bonds. You're yawning already.
Nice.
This is why. This is why.
No, but it's true. A lot of people find this so boring. It's so dangerous and so outrageous and so uncalled for and so vicious and horrible, and yet people find it so boring they fall asleep. So
it's effing boring.
It sneaks by.
Yeah, it's effing boring that the Bank of England owns 800 billion pounds of British bonds. And the reason they own 800 billion pounds of British bonds is because nobody else wanted them. I think to better understand this, that I should tell a story.
Go on.
I'm going to tell a story. All right, so imagine you're a single mom. You're a single mom and you own a car factory here in Britain.
As most single moms do.
You're an amazing woman. Yeah, you imagine you're an amazing woman, Roger. And you're a single mom because men, you know what I mean? And you own this car factory, and you export cars. And you have a 12-year-old son. And your 12-year-old son mows your lawn. He mows your lawn. He's sort of like your civil servant, your own private civil servant. His job security is there. No one else is going to take his job, but he's not going to make a lot. He makes a tenner to mow the lawn. Yeah, and he spends it on candy and soda, you know. And so this sort of works, right? But he comes to you one day and he wants more. He just wants more than a tenner. And you say, "No, son. In fact, if I don't sell more cars, you might be getting a $5 next week because you're sort of a luxury mowing the lawn, and we have to sell cars to pay for this house," right? Well, just about that time, a man in a suit comes walking by their house while they're arguing in the garden. Yeah, yeah, and he says, "Hey, I can help out. I'm a central banker. I'll tell you what. Hey, kid, I'll give you the $5. You know, your mom can give you 10 and I'll give you the extra $5. And the kid says, "Really?" And he says, "Sure." So the kid takes the other 5 and he heads up and spends all 15 at the corner shop. And, you know, and the corner shop loves it. You know, he sells a little more bubble gum. And the kid comes back with a big jawbreaker in his mouth. And the central banker's leaning against the tree and he's smoking. And he says, "How the sweets, kid?" You know, and the kid says, "Amazing. How did you do that? Why did you give me the extra $5 that my mom said I couldn't have?" And he said, "Don't worry about it. I found the key to your house under your mat. And I went inside and got in your mom's shoebox. And I took out the $5 from there." Because this is what the banker does. When the banker prints money, they're actually destroying your savings in your shoebox. I mean, this is just an analogy, yeah? So that your savings is getting destroyed. What you can buy with your savings gets diluted. So in essence, they're taking from your savings shoebox. So the kid says, "All right, well, geez, mister, thanks," you know? But he kind of feels uneasy, but a few days go by and he gets a little older and he's kind of addicted to the candy. He needs a little fix. And pretty soon a girl comes along that he wants to impress and his friends he wants to impress. So he finally comes back to the central banker and he says, "Hey, mister, you got any more money? I need more. I don't need 15. Now it's a crisis. It's a financial crisis for me. I need 45. I need 45. And the central banker says, "For you, kid, no problem," you know, and he sneaks in and he gets 45 out. Mom still doesn't know. She's running her business. She's a successful lady, but she notices the workers are asking for higher wages. They want to They need more wages, and the cost of steel's going up to build the cars. But she sees her son's doing okay. He seems to have more friends. In fact, they just made him class president, her son. And the corner shop guy knows his name. Hey, Timmy, come on in. We got your favorite sweets. And the ice cream guy knows his name and everything, And then pretty soon, a little time passes by, and there gets word that there's going to be a pandemic. Yeah, there's going to be a pandemic, and all Timmy's friends are going to call in sick. But they all want candy and sweets for when they call in sick and ice cream. So yeah, it's boring. I know. So Timmy goes back to the central banker and he's like, I need 800 pounds. 800 pounds. All right. And the central banker says, no problem, kid. Grabs it, hands it to the kid. The kid goes out. Now the mom's thinking, oh my God, the expenses are going up for my business, and now I need to go put a roof on the car factory. So she heads upstairs to her shoebox to pull out the money, and she pulls the lid off the shoebox, and it's gone. All her savings is gone.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and she goes to Timmy. She's like, "What happened?" And he starts to confess, and she says, I need that money, I got to put a roof on me. I got to invest in cars. I have to invest in cars. And Timmy says, yeah, but I spent it. I gave business to my friends. They got money, and they all gave the corner shop guy business and stimulated the economy. And he's like, yeah, Timmy's a good kid. He buys candies. Everybody knows him. He's wonderful. And mom says, yeah, but I can't invest in a factory to bring money into the household. This is all squandered. And in fact, for every dollar the Bank of England, or pound the dollar created by the Bank of England, it only adds 50p to the GDP. The rest of it's squandered, yeah? So, I mean, basically how this ends is, she said, I can't believe you did this. And then Timmy's girlfriend says, oh my God, you sound like a fascist. And all his friends say, oh, Timmy's mom's a fascist. And she gets so embarrassed that she just stays quiet. And then eventually people unionize Timmy and his friends, and they get uniforms and guns, and then they put his mom in a gulag, and she starves to death. Happy Remembrance Day, everybody. This is why our ancestors fought, so that the Bank of England could help the government bankrupt the country. Thank you.
Whoa!
Well, that was
Pisses me off that nobody can get their head around it. I'm fucking trying.
Yeah, it helps.